Hi everyone, my name is Kanika and welcome to another wonderful episode of Practicing Minimalism. It's fun to make these videos because the more you make, you kind of become accountable, and the more accountable I become to you, then I practice it more in my own life, just so that just to kind of maintain, I would say, authenticity to the whole thing. So, thank you for listening, and I hope that some of you are getting benefited by it. So, let's move on. आज डिस्कस हम करेंगे मिनिमलिज्म ऑफ थॉट. We keep thinking. Now, let's say there are three thoughts, okay, X, Y, and Z, that are circling your brain. Now, also understand that a lot of these thoughts will have an emotional connotation to them, okay, because there are obviously events happening on a daily basis, and we are emotional people, whether we would like to believe it or not. Like a lot of you will say, I'm not emotional. You are possibly the most emotional, by the way, okay. This is from my experience that I'm saying, and that's okay. It's all right. I mean, even I deny a lot of things and I realize I'm that thing the most. That's just human nature. But my point is that let's say there is X, Y, and Z. There are three thoughts that are circling your mind in a repeat fashion daily. मतलब यार तुम कपड़े तो बदल लो यार, नहा तो लो यार, पर वही घुसते रहेंगे, घूमते रहेंगे, घूमते रहेंगे. It's pissing off. It is. And they most likely will have their emotional cloaks on them as well. पीछे ना से उड़ते हुए हमेशा emotions में होंगे, तो उनको अभी के लिए हम साइड पर रख देते हैं क्योंकि उनकी जगह अलग है, क्योंकि उन पे इमोशन भारी हैं अभी. तो वो इमोशनल बातें तो हम कर नहीं रहे हैं अभी, because that obviously takes a little different approach. By the way, minimalism helps in emotions as well, but uske liye, one needs to be open and have a little direction, because emotions affect us much more deeper than plain thoughts. Today I'm talking about plain thoughts, the irrelevant, useless ones. Any घूम रहे हैं, मतलब ऐसे ना बिन बुलाए मेहमान टाइप. Usko, how do we deal? This is how you're going to deal. What you're going to do is, if you want to really, really practice this and you realize that you are carrying the load of thoughts, the fact that you are hoarding thoughts, why the hell should you be, why is your brain a dump for stupid thoughts? I mean, why? Imagine if the stupid thoughts were removed. That time, won't it become like a receptacle for gorgeousness, for like inventing things, for creating things, for doing so many things? Because doing से पहले तो thought आता है ना, है कि नहीं? कुछ भी कर लो, doing से पहले एक tiny thought तो आता ही आता है. अब आप उसको बोलोगे give it thought. So yeah, you're giving it thought and then you're doing things. Even the impulsive things that you're doing still are preceded by thought, whether you want to believe it or not. Okay, so my point is, which are the thoughts that you want to carry with you beautifully, and which are the ones that are just coming on your head bin बुलाए मेहमान? उनको तो हम निकाल सकते हैं ना. कैसे निकालेंगे? This is how you're going to do it. Writing brings your thought onto paper and gives it an identity of its own. Therefore, you look at it as a third person, or a third something which is separate from you. The moment you separate something from you, you have two options of being detached from it or attached with it. When you have those two options, then you have a choice. When you have the choice, you also have a choice of distance, of observation from a little far away, right? Like, let's say I have a piece of paper here. I am looking at it, but it's not me, right? Whereas when there are thoughts in my head circling 24/7, then they're kind of part of me, are they not? And yes, we are still not, most of us at least, in fact, almost all of us, with very few exceptions, have still not reached the stage of being such deep meditators or in deep mindfulness. In today's day and age, यार 50 चीज़ें करने के लिए possible नहीं होता है. होगा भी तो it will just be for a very short period of time, right? So उस time पे mindfulness 24/7 is kind of impossible, That time, writing is going to help you minimize unnecessary thoughts. So how do you write? What do you write? How are you going to do this? It's pretty simple. Every day morning, ideally morning, because the first thing in the morning is when I feel, at least from my experience, that we are overloaded with thoughts for the day. So ideally it should be early morning or late at night, just before sleeping. But I would still advise against the sleeping bit, because you carry them then in your dreams, and then they will manifest in ways and then carry over the next day. So we don't want that. So ideally, first thing in the morning, load off. So take a piece of paper and pen and just write down, what are you thinking? What are the thoughts for the day? Like sometimes, we worry about something that has not even come. Like it is so far away in the future, but we're already worried about it and we are carrying it. Let's say it's an activity maybe which is scheduled for 1 month from now, and you're getting worried about it. And right now it's not in your control. It'll be in your control, let's say 5 days before that activity. Then what do you need to do? Go to that day, get a calendar. Like I have a calendarized diary, okay? So I go to that day in the future. So let's say it's 1 month from now. And there I'll write whatever that activity is, which is going to give me stress. But I write it then. And that's it, it's off my mind. Then today I will write, okay, these are the things that I need to do, or these are the things that are the thoughts which are coming to my mind. Then slowly, what starts to also happen is that you will start to journal or record thoughts, those XYZ, the emotional ones. कि अबे तू आज भी आ गया so you keep writing them every day, and then slowly I to have a habit of also rating them, by the way, that today this thought is 10 on 10, today this thought is with emotion 10 on 10, today this thought is without emotion 5 on 10, today to bhaiya gaye aaj to 100 on 10 hai. It's like that, so by doing that, like I just said, you achieve a sense of separation. And when you achieve a sense of separation is when then you get a chance to peek into your own self, and then decide what you want to do with the time, space, and the lack of unnecessary thought which has created that space. What are you going to do with that now? What are you going to do with it? So therefore, you attain a sense of independence, a sense of agency, instead of being completely like caged within your thoughts. This is where the power of minimalism lies, in all the intangible aspects of our lives. Hope this helped. Let me know, and I'll see you soon. Bye.